Have you ever stood up after sitting for a while and felt a sudden jolt in your lower back? Like something sharp, or maybe even electric, running down your leg? At first, you think, maybe I just slept wrong, or it'll go away after I stretch a bit. But days go by, and that pain doesn't seem to get any better. It sticks around, nags at you, and before you know it, it's interfering with your daily walk, your sleep, even the joy of playing with your grandkids. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And more importantly, it's not something to ignore, especially after the age of 60. You see, what many people don't realize is that back pain after 60 can mean something much more serious than just getting older. In fact, one of the most common and dangerous culprits is something called a herniated disc. And if it's left untreated, it can quietly do more damage than you'd expect. Now, I know that sounds a little scary, but don't worry, we're going to talk through this together, step by step. This isn't going to be a lecture or a list of medical terms. Think of it more like a heart-to-heart conversation. In this video, we're going to explore what a herniated disc really is, why it becomes more dangerous with age, and what signs you should never ignore. More importantly, we'll talk about what you can do to take care of your back, ease the pain, and protect your independence. Let's start by understanding what's actually happening inside your back. Picture your spine like a stack of donuts, with jelly in the middle. Each donut is a disc, soft on the inside and tougher on the outside. These discs act like little shock absorbers between the bones in your back, helping you bend, twist, and move freely. But over time, the outside of those discs gets worn down, kind of like how the tread on your tires starts to fade. When that happens, the jelly inside can push out. That's what we call a herniated disc. Now, here's where it gets tricky. That jelly pushing out doesn't just stay put, it presses on nearby nerves. And that's when the real trouble starts. You might feel pain in your back, yes, but sometimes the pain shows up in other places too. Down your leg, in your hip, even as far as your foot. Some people describe it as a burning sensation. Others say it feels like pins and needles. Either way, it's your body's way of saying, hey, something's wrong. Now, here's the important part, why it's especially dangerous after 60. As we age, our bodies naturally lose some of their ability to heal quickly. Muscles weaken, bones lose density, and the nerves in our spine become more sensitive. What that means is a herniated disc that might have been manageable at 40 could become a much bigger deal at 65. If that pressure on your nerves goes on for too long, it can lead to permanent nerve damage. We're talking loss of mobility, trouble with balance, even difficulty walking or standing for long periods. And I know how much you value your independence. Being able to get out of bed without help, take care of your home, travel, or simply enjoy a pain-free walk through the park, it all matters. That's why taking this seriously, right now, is so important. But here's the silver lining, you're not powerless. Far from it. The first thing you can do is listen to your body. Don't brush off recurring back pain as just old age. If you feel consistent pain that shoots down your leg, numbness in your toes, or weakness in your muscles, especially after sitting or standing for too long, it's time to talk to a doctor. Even if you're the type who hates hospitals, a simple checkup or an MRI can catch the problem early and prevent it from getting worse. The second step is movement, but the right kind of movement. You might think resting in bed will help, but too much rest can actually make things worse. Your back needs gentle, guided motion to heal. Think of it like watering a plant. If you just leave it in a corner and ignore it, it withers. But if you give it just enough sunlight and water, it perks right up. Now, I'm not saying you should go run a marathon or do cartwheels. But light stretching, short walks, and exercises tailored for your back can make a world of difference. There are even physical therapists who specialize in working with people over 60, folks who understand that you're not trying to be a bodybuilder, just trying to get your life back. And let me tell you, doing a little bit every day adds up. I once knew a gentleman named Richard, 72 years old. Had terrible back pain for years and always chalked it up to aging. Finally, his daughter convinced him to see a specialist. They found a herniated disc. After a mix of therapy, exercises, and just being consistent with his routine, he told me, "I don't feel like I'm 30 again, but I can do things I thought I lost forever. That kind of hope is real, and it's within reach. Now that we understand how a herniated disc happens and why it's more serious as we get older, let's talk about what you can actually do to protect your spine and stop things from getting worse. Because here's the truth, pain is not something you just have to live with. You deserve better than that. Let's start with posture. I know, it sounds so simple. But poor posture is like a slow leak in a tire. You don't notice it right away, but over time, it wears everything down. When you slouch or lean forward a lot, especially while sitting, you're putting extra pressure on your lower spine. That pressure stacks right on top of those discs, and if one is already a little damaged, it can make things worse quickly. Now, the tricky thing is, posture habits sneak up on us. You're not trying to hunch over, of course, it just happens. Maybe you're reading a book in bed, leaning over to watch TV, or sitting on a soft couch that swallows you whole. Next thing you know, your back starts protesting. So, what can you do? Start small. When you're sitting, try to keep both feet flat on the floor, with your knees level with your hips. If your chair's too low, add a cushion. Sit with a small pillow or rolled-up towel behind your lower back to support your spine's natural curve. And if you find yourself sitting for a long time, say, watching your favorite show or talking on the phone, get up every 30 minutes. Even just standing up and stretching your arms overhead can relieve that constant pressure on your spine. Something else that makes a huge difference is strengthening your core, not just for younger folks at the gym, but for anyone who wants a healthier back. You see, your core is like a support system. It includes your belly muscles, lower back, and even the muscles around your hips. When those muscles are strong, they take some of the pressure off your spine. You don't need fancy equipment or intense workouts. Just a few minutes a day can work wonders. Try something gentle like sitting on the edge of your bed and slowly tightening your belly muscles, holding for a few seconds, then relaxing. Or lie down flat on your back with your knees bent and feet on the floor, then tighten your belly and press your back gently into the bed. No fast movements, no strain. Just slow, steady practice. It's not about doing 100 reps, it's about consistency. And here's something that may surprise you, staying hydrated can actually help your spine. The discs in your back are made up of water, and as we age, they tend to dry out. When that happens, they're more likely to crack, bulge, or herniate. Drinking enough water throughout the day can help those discs stay a little more cushiony, like keeping a sponge from going dry and brittle. Now, let's talk about another common habit that's worth breaking: pushing through the pain. A lot of people over 60 have this kind of quiet toughness. You've been through a lot in life. Raising kids, working long hours, taking care of others. You've learned to push past discomfort, to just deal with it. But when it comes to a herniated disc, that mindset can actually do more harm than good. If you're in pain and you just try to ignore it, especially while doing chores, lifting heavy things, or twisting the wrong way, you could turn a manageable injury into something that affects your walking, your sleep, even your bladder or bowel control. I know it sounds extreme, but these things happen when the nerves in your spine are under constant pressure. So, if something doesn't feel right, pause. Don't rush to move that box or pick up the grandkids without checking in with your body. Give yourself permission to ask for help when needed. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. Another thing many people overlook is the importance of proper footwear. I can't tell you how many times I've seen folks with bad backs wearing soft, worn-out shoes with no support. It might seem like a small thing, but your shoes affect your posture, your balance, and the way your spine absorbs shock. Think about it. If your feet aren't supported, everything above them has to work harder. Look for shoes with firm soles, a bit of arch support, and a back that holds your heel in place. You don't need fancy brands or orthopedic labels, just something sturdy, comfortable, and well-fitting. Even wearing house slippers with good support can make a difference if you're moving around the house a lot. And of course, if you're carrying extra weight, that's going to affect your spine too. I say this with complete compassion, not as a judgment, but as an honest truth. Every extra pound puts added pressure on your lower back, and when you already have a herniated disc, it's like stacking bricks on top of a cracked window. Lightening that load, even a little, can help relieve the strain. You don't need to go on a diet or overhaul your life overnight. Just small steps, more veggies, smaller portions, a short walk after dinner instead of going straight to the couch. Bit by bit, those choices add up, and your back will thank you. And finally, one of the best things you can do for yourself is simply stay informed. Learn what movements are safe, what exercises can help, and how to avoid habits that put your spine at risk. When you know better, you move better. And when you move better, you feel better. You've already taken the first step by watching this video, by paying attention, by caring about your health. That shows strength. That shows determination. You're not letting the years slow you down. You're showing up, right here, for yourself. Now that you've started thinking about posture, core strength, hydration, and being gentle with your body, let's go even deeper, because here's the part most people overlook: how a herniated disc can quietly impact more than just your back. It's not just about pain in your lower spine. Sometimes, the signs show up in ways you might not expect. Have you ever felt a strange tingling in your leg? Or maybe a sudden weakness when you stand up? Maybe you've had pain shooting down from your lower back into your thigh, or even all the way to your foot. That's not just old age. That could be a nerve being pressed by a bulging disc. And when that pressure stays for too long, the damage can become permanent. That's why early action matters so much. The body, even in our 60s, 70s, and beyond, still wants to heal. It just needs the right help at the right time. Let's talk about rest, but not the kind where you lie down all day and avoid movement completely. That might feel good in the moment, but over time, too much rest can actually make your muscles weaker, your joints stiffer, and your back even more vulnerable. The key is smart rest. That means giving your spine breaks from long sitting or standing, but also finding ways to move gently and regularly. Think of it like this: your body is like a river. When it keeps flowing, it stays clear and healthy. But when it stops moving, it can get stagnant, even toxic. Movement, gentle, mindful movement, keeps everything circulating: your blood, your lymph, your energy. Even just 5 or 10 minutes of walking a few times a day can help reduce inflammation and improve healing. And here's something that might surprise you: your mental and emotional state plays a huge role in how your body deals with pain. When you're stressed, worried, or anxious, your muscles tense up. Your breathing gets shallow. Your sleep gets disturbed. All of that adds more pressure to your spine without you even realizing it. I've seen people walk into a room, shoulders raised, jaw clenched, and their back just screaming for relief. But when they slow down, breathe deeper, and let go of some of that inner tension, their pain actually eases. It's all connected. So, make time for things that calm you down. Listening to music, sitting in the sun, talking with a friend, or just closing your eyes and focusing on your breath for a few minutes. Meditation isn't just for monks on mountaintops. It's for anyone who wants to feel more in control of their body and their mind. Now, I know not everyone likes going to doctors. Some folks worry they'll be told they need surgery, or they just don't want to deal with long waits, complicated words, or a big stack of bills. I get it. But ignoring your back pain isn't a way to protect yourself. It's a way to lose precious time. Seeing a professional doesn't mean you'll be pushed into something scary. In fact, most herniated discs can be treated without surgery, through physical therapy, gentle exercises, posture training, or even certain injections to reduce inflammation. A doctor can help figure out exactly where the problem is and what options are safest for your body. You don't have to guess or Google your way through it. And if you're thinking, but it's not that bad yet, let me gently say this: your body is talking to you for a reason. Pain is a message. It's not something to fear, but something to pay attention to. The sooner you respond to it, the easier it is to get back to doing the things you love. I've known people who ignored their back pain for months, and by the time they asked for help, they couldn't sleep through the night, couldn't walk without limping, and felt like a prisoner in their own home. But I've also seen people catch it early, take small steps, and bounce back stronger than ever. That's not luck, that's choice. You deserve to feel strong. You deserve to move with ease. Age doesn't take away your right to comfort, it just asks you to be a little more attentive to how you care for yourself. So here's what I want to leave you with: you are not broken. You are not fragile. Your body is still capable of healing, of growing, of adapting. It just needs a little more kindness, a little more awareness, and a lot more belief from you. If you've been dealing with back pain or numbness or strange nerve sensations, don't brush it off. Don't wait until it's unbearable. Take action now, not because you're afraid, but because you're wise. And if this video helped you in any way, I'd love for you to share your thoughts below. Maybe you've gone through something similar, or you found a trick that helped you feel better. Your story could be the encouragement someone else needs right now. If you found this helpful, go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps us reach more folks just like you. And if you want more videos about staying strong, healthy, and happy after 60, be sure to subscribe. We're building a community here, and you're a big part of it. You are not alone in this. Every step you take toward healing, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction. Keep going. Keep believing. And above all, keep treating yourself with the care and love you truly deserve. Here's to living with less pain, more joy, and the freedom to move the way you want, at any age.